Good morning. My name is Annette Cannon. I'm the special master assigned to hear your case today. I'm going to briefly explain the procedure for those who've never been here before. You have been cited with a violation, and you have time to correct the violation. The city has chosen to proceed with this hearing for the purpose of obtaining a finding of noncompliance, which can later be used as a subsequent hearing for the purpose of being deemed a repeat violation. The hearing is public, recorded, and all testimony is taken under oath. Although the formal rule of evidence does not apply, fundamental due process is observed. If you're admitting the violation, please advise when you come to the podium. You need to tell me how much time you need to correct the violation. The city will also give me an estimate. Based on what you both say, I will give you reasonable time to correct the violation. If you're contesting the violation, the city must prove through clear and convincing evidence that the violation has occurred and/or the violation still in existence. This is done through testimony of the inspector or the custodian of records, and the inspector is not available to testify, and the exhibits are introduced by the city. If you're refuting the violation, you're expected to testify why there is no violation. After I've heard both sides, I'll render a decision based on the evidence and testimony before me. If I find that there is no violation, I'll dismiss the case. If I find that there is a violation, I will give you reasonable time to correct the violation before a fine begins to run. I have authority to impose fines up to $1,000 per day per first violation. If you're a repeat offender, I have authority to impose fines up to $5,000 per day per violation. There's also an administrative fee of $100, which is assessed by me unless I waive it. When you come to the podium, please state your name, your relationship to the property owner, and if you have authority to proceed on behalf of the property owner. This time, I ask the clerk to swear in all the witnesses.
May I have everybody standing up and raise their right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Thank you very much. You may be seated. The first case, it's on page 6 for 5101 Pine Tree Drive, SMC 2019, ending in 1106. It's a new case. Who's here for Richard? Oh. That's all right.
Good morning.
Morning, Jose Shannon for the fourth. There was an appeal filed. Now, this is a repeat violation. It's SMA 2019-02-110.
You mean there's just like the same first violation?
It's the same thing. It's a bird thing on the gate.
This is I know which case this is. Yeah, I don't have that file in front of me. Okay. I remember I made a ruling on it that you had a compliance date,
Yes,
right?
Your Honor, I can provide that to you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Here's the order. Here's the estimate.
Okay. So what's going on? You got another violation? They didn't comply?
Yes.
Okay. Are they getting fined daily, the 150?
Yes, they are. Since the non-compliance date, there's a fine running of $150 per day.
Okay, so why is there an appeal today then? Or is this a new violation or appeal? Let's see.
This is the same case. It's just simply a repeat.
A new violation?
Correct.
Why?
City of
yeah.
Miami Beach Co-Compliance Officer Mindy Blanco. I'm the custodial record for this issuance of the case, even though it's my area, and I issued the prior case as well. The artwork that is what's in question here for that has the affidavit of noncompliance is still present. It's still on the wall. Nothing has been done since then, as of yesterday's date.
Well, okay, so, I mean, honestly, you don't need another violation because the
Right.
fines are running. You're still in violation. Why?
Your Honor, the city, at this point, it appears that the property owner is taking no steps to
Yes.
undertake, what appears to be a fairly simple removal of artwork at the front of the property.
Okay.
So,
What
in order
is-
to do that, the city would like to require the property owner to take down the art, provide 24 hours to put down the art, to take down the art, and if not, for the city to take any and all steps necessary in order to do what is necessary to have that art taken down. It's been months and months, I believe.
Yes, it has. Because I know
The
that my
first
order
violation was
entered
issued in
January.
April of 2018,
Yeah.
and no steps have been undertaken since then. So that's why the city is requesting these measures be taken.
Okay.
But it's not a new violation. It's the same violation. It's not a new violation. It's the same violation.
Right, but what they're here is, the reason why they're revisiting is because they want compliance. You guys are not complying, and obviously the 150 day isn't making a difference. So I actually going to revisit it and change the ruling, so, because there's no teeth in our ruling, no one's listening. So apparently 150-day doesn't make a difference to whoever, to the homeowner, but it does make a difference to the homeowner association who has to look at it every day and is upset that they're not complying with the order. So with that in mind, I'm going to give 36 hours to remove it, not 24. And if they haven't removed it within 36 hours, then they'll allow the city to do it, and then they're going to give you a city bill. Okay? So, and whatever that bill will be, I have no control over. Okay, so they have 36 hours to remove it, otherwise I'm going to allow the city to go ahead and remove it.
And the city is also requesting an increased fine in the event they fail to self-perform the removal.
Well, you guys are going to remove it, I thought.
Yes, but we will
Okay.
remove it, but until such time.
Okay. Okay, so
Increased
36 hours to remove, and I'm going to increase the fine to $250 a day.
I know this is, although I'm not an art critic or pretend to be, it is art, and if they're going to remove it, it needs to be removed so it's not damaged.
As much as I empathize with you, it's been over a year, and apparently your client doesn't seem to have any sense of urgency towards it, to preserve his own art. So with that in mind, I'm really not going to give him any more additional time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. And the 250 day starts today, by the way.
Thank you.
Do you have it? Here it is, so I'm going to,
I just need the case number. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think it's DV 2019-02.
The other case, I just needed to know so I could do the ruling on the other one. Do you need that back? Because I already have the number, so.
thank you, have a good day.
Next case is on page one. This doesn't work. Page 14419 Michigan Avenue, SMC 2018, ending in 715 for a progress report.
Good morning, please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wes Hevia, Ackerman LLP, law offices at 98 Southeast 7th Street, Miami, Florida. Here on behalf of Lane Capital Partners LLC, which manages LCP MPL3, which is lender to RG Michigan. RG Michigan is the owner. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to refer to our client as the lender. This case concerns a violation that stems back to 2017, when, well before lender has had control of the property. In fact, lender only became aware of the violation as fines accumulated. And back in March, we met here. Okay, so you recall
Yeah.
the event. So
You asked me to stop the fines, right?
they are at $85,000, just so you're aware. And at that time, we were in contact with the city attorney's office, and we represented on the record that we would be seeking to appoint a receiver. That has occurred. It occurred at the very end of April, after which point the receiver immediately reached out to this office, Special Master's office, as well as the Code Compliance Office directly to Inspector Lee, to work with him to devise a solution to the issues. Since then, a filing of first report of the receiver has been filed with the Circuit Court as of June, which outlines the steps taken over the past couple months to address the issues. Basically, in short, there have been fences put up, the site has been cleaned up, the site has been drained. There are insurance has been placed on the property liability insurance. They've been working with the owner to obtain more information required in order to address issues. Sandbags have been laid, and as of this week, the contractor who was hired to do this remedial work sent actually Inspector Lee a site cleanup status report, which enumerates the conditions as of just before the 17th, just before this week. So just for the record, 2 injection wells have been secured, and we will be available for future dewatering operations. The entire site has been dewatered, although accumulations have occurred over this past weekend because of all the rain, and I will address that separately in a moment. All trash and debris, including concrete, have been removed from the site. All concrete reinforcing has been removed from the site. All rebar has been protected with fall protection caps per OSHA requirements. The entire site has been rough graded, and there are photos associated with this field report, which were in a link, which were sent to Code Compliance, and are available to your honor. I'm sure Code Compliance has photos as well. But with regard to what has occurred since this report, and now, again, there was a lot of rain, so to the extent there's additional water accumulation, I would note that the receiver's office reached out to Code Compliance earlier this week and asked, among other things, if it was appropriate to close the violation. I reached out to City Attorney's Office, who indicated they would be calling in an inspection. I'm not sure if that occurred. We haven't heard back from Code Compliance, but I would note that one of the things that we mentioned, rather that the receiver's office mentioned in their correspondence to Code Compliance, is whether it would be appropriate or beneficial to come to an agreement on property maintenance requirements in the long term. So namely, how do we address the potential reaccumulation of water? We haven't heard back. So with that, I think we've made a lot of progress over the last couple months. There are substantial fines pending, which we will need to address separately at a later time. But for the meantime, we would request additional time for the stay of the fines so that we can continue to work with Code and Compliance to address these issues long term.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joshua Gehring, City of Miami Beach Code Compliance Officer. I have the custodian records for this case.
Jason Jacobson with the City Attorney's Office. Based on the progress made by the property based on the lender's testimony and by the contractor's, I guess not affidavit, but the letter, the city is in agreement to a temporary stay of 30 days of the fines, with setting a new compliance date with possibly another progress report to see if any progress has been made towards compliance with the
What's
rectifying the
outstanding?
sign.
What is still outstanding and with the violation?
2 violations still exist on the property. There's some areas of overgrowth, flora, and stagnant water throughout the site.
Okay, so stagnant water is going to continue because we're in a rainy season here, so. Okay, so why don't we want to come back in 30 days just to see progress where we're going? I mean, I'm
Sure.
not going to restart the fines or anything like that. It
Great.
seems like you guys are trying to maintain it.
Yeah, and the receiver would be here, but she is traveling, so I would love to have this conversation with Code Compliance directly. My only concern with 30 days is if they come back to our correspondence with something like you need to hire, something that requires hiring additional people, that is a bid process from the receiver's perspective, which can take some time. So if 30 is all you're comfortable with, we can deal with that, but we would prefer 60 just in case bid is required. That's not to say we are going to not address the issues. It's just if additional scope of work is required, a bid may be required.
How does 45 sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so I either have August 1st or August 15th. You guys decide which one you prefer.
Up to you. August 15th, please.
Okay, so August 15th. Let's reset it for progress report August 15th. And then once you're compliant, you can deal with mitigation, whether you want to enter into an agreement with the city or you can come in front of me for mitigation.
Understood. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thanks. Should I be in contact? Should we be in contact with you instead of Bob?
Next case is on page 3 for 1745 Cowley Drive, SMC 2019, and in 1057 for a progress report.
Okay. Oh, of course I need a folder, right? You would always give me a little, have a collection from you.
And we tried, I emailed you, as a test, I emailed this to you in advance. I don't know if you review them, but we're trying to get to the
To
information.
special master or to me personally?
No, to the
Oh.
city clerk, so I don't know if that benefits doing that and if it helps you, but we figured try to give you the information in advance in case you needed it.
Unfortunately, it was never forwarded to me, but I appreciate you trying to get it to me. But thank you. Okay, let's see. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Honor. Code Compliance Officer Gaspar Rodriguez, City of Miami Beach, Code Compliance Department. I'm the custodian of records for this file. I did a progress check on the property, and nothing's been done. I checked for permits in the system, and there's no permits from the city for this project. So as of right now, all of the violation still stands.
Okay.
So good morning, Your Honor. Thank you. My name's Daniel Vetia. I'm here on behalf of the owner of Sky Sally Investments. They're here behind me in case we have any questions. We did meet immediately after the special master's hearing. We had already been meeting with some general contractors. We did finally select one of the contractors. We have executed that contract. We have provided them a deposit. And in the package, I've included a copy of the contract, a copy of the deposits that were provided to the contractor. We did have a post meeting with the contractor to complete all the permitting applications. So I've included all the permitting documentation that has been submitted to the contractor. We've also have conducted a survey for the property. The survey is expected to be received this week so that he may proceed with applying for the permit. It is a rather complicated permit. We asked the contractor to provide us with a basic timeline associated with this type of permitting and project. This type of permitting for the seawall is going to require the city, Durham, Army Corps of Engineers. They'll come out and do some tests, and depending on what they find on their tests, will let us know how quickly they can move forward. I did, in my notice to you, try to create some type of schedule that I felt would be feasible based on the feedback we received from the contractor and our experience with this type of process. In reality, the construction part of the seawall will not take that long. What will take long is just that permitting phase. I don't know how comfortable you feel, how often you would like us to come back. I made some suggestions, but we're happy to come back and provide a status report at any point in time during this process as you seem necessary. But the owner is aware of the seriousness of needing to cure this violation, the importance of replacing the seawall. They have already begun the process of seeking financing for the project through 3 different avenues. We don't think that's going to delay any ability to move forward because they're proactively working on trying to get the financing associated with it's a rather large expense given the type of property and how long she's owned it and the use that they have for the property. But the important thing is they're very serious. So you decide when you'd like us to come back. I want you to feel comfortable that they're working quickly, and I can most certainly update the city clerk's office at any point in time that you deem necessary.
So I know that you're concerned about permitting, that they haven't applied for a permit, but I know it takes a long time.
Oh, I understand that. I was unaware of anything he just said.
No, and I apologize, I have not updated.
I've been in the dark since the last time we were here, that you asked for the progress check.
Okay.
So I didn't know that he seeked the contractor. I didn't know anything about the property. So that's why my response was the way it was.
So are you comfortable with giving them a 4 or 5?
Yeah, if they're pulling the permits, if they're pulling the funding, if they're moving forward with it, I'm fine with that.
So-
As long as it's moving forward.
So
then we're
my
fine.
apologies, I should have updated the code officer. What I'll do is I'll make a commitment to keep you updated every 60 days, just so that you're aware as we should be notifying you, keeping you informed. You gave us a short window, rightly so we were working very diligently to be prepared for today to show you that we're making a lot of progress, but I will agree to keep you informed at minimum every 60 days.
Why don't we come back October 3rd? That's a little bit shy of 120 days. That way, I think gives you enough time to get progress and keeps the city comfortable knowing that things are moving along.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I
Thank
appreciate that.
you. Thank you. Good luck.
I just wanted to say hi and thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Next case, it's on page 6 for 2000 Biarritz Drive, SMC 2019, ending in 1097. It's a new case.
Morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, thank you. Please state your name for the record.
Yes, Guillermo Mancebo on behalf of Normandy Place Condominium.
You want to explain the violation, Mr. Castillo?
Yes. Henry Castillo, City of Manhattan Beach Code Compliance. I am the custodian of the records of this case. This case is issued for several PM violations. One which would include door jam at threshold to front door of apartment 302, the front door handle to building and also door handle to the door of apartment 302, not working property. There was a recliner at the property and a termite droppings in front of elevator 4.
Okay, so where are we at with that?
All right, well, with respect to any violations regarding Unit 302, I think that the proper party is the owner of that unit. This is a condominium, it's not an apartment building. The unit owner is responsible for their doors under the declaration. This is not something that the association is responsible for, and therefore the association takes no position as to any issues related to 302 and states that it has no liability as to that issue. So I don't think that we're properly here on those issues. With regards to the recliner, it's my understanding that that was removed. Somebody was moving and left it there. My understanding also is that there is no active termites from the president of the association. There may have been, some kind of droppings or whatever at the elevator, but I mean, there's no complaints throughout the building of termite infestation.
I would just like to note that the code officer that issued the violation did show that the couch has been removed, but in order for to close out the one of the violations for the termite infestation, the city needs a order from a licensed exterminator from the property owner saying that it has been treated and that there is no such termites at the property.
Okay.
I mean, I'll obviously report that back to the client, make sure that they get.
And I also see that there's also a front door handle to the building in addition to the 302, so.
Unfortunately, I was unable to, I tried to inspect yesterday, but I was unable to gain access. Even after trying to contact the complainant, I was unable to gain access into the building because it's gated. And
Okay, so maybe you guys can,
I can coordinate.
okay.
For
So
that
why don't
issue.
we come back here for a progress report, because I guess you're gonna have to hand deliver the violation to Department 302 for their actual door.
Correct.
And then so that way they can deal with that, you could deal with the front door, you could deal with the termites. Is that it?
yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, so let's come back, let's see. How much time do you think you need?
I would tell you that at least 60 days. The only reason is because at the 30-day mark, I'm going to be out of town for 2 weeks. So,
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it would take that long, but I won't be available in 30 days.
Okay, I just feel uncomfortable with the termites, but okay, let's come back August 15th,
Okay.
okay? And hopefully you'll be in compliance by then anyway.
No, my idea is honestly to get the report sent in and not even have to have the hearing.
If you're in compliance, they'll do an affidavit of compliance, and you don't even
Yeah.
know, they'll let you know. But I'm also concerned about Department 302, they need to be notified so that they could
Correct.
fix that door.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thanks.
Next two cases are on page 2 for 219 71st Street, SMC 2019 and an intent 04, and SMC 2019 and an intent 05. It's a request to stop the fines.
Thanks.
Griselda, you here, the 71st Street? Oh, it's you? Oh, sorry, girl.
219 71st Street. Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. I'm
good
Frank
morning.
Gonzalez. I'm the property manager.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Frank Gonzalez.
Can you spell your last name, Frank?
Gonzalez.
Oh, Gonzalez. Okay, you're the property manager, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, Your Honor.
thank you.
Henry Castillo, City of Miami Beach Code Compliance Officer. I am the custodian of the records on this case. This violation was issued for Section 1383, erecting, constructing, posting, or painting, altering, maintaining, or relocating a sign without first obtaining a permit from building officials. I know, my understanding is that this case has already been heard.
There's fines that are running,
yeah.
so they haven't complied.
Right.
I had given compliance date to remove the sign or get a permit, and they didn't do either one, so the fine started running, I think, $100 a day.
Right.
So are they still not in compliance?
No, the signs are still there. We've given permit applications to the tenants to process or remove the sign. I was actually there yesterday, and they have not done it. I met with the sign company over there that the actual tenant had brought in, but they have not processed. So we're asking if you guys can stop the fines and
I
give us.
will not stop the fines.
Okay,
You know what,
then-
they are not complying, they've done nothing to comply, they didn't show up here. I mean, it's been one of those, no one's paying attention. I mean, I'm glad that you're here, and I appreciate that, but I don't see any real efforts to get in compliance. The compliance date was, let me see here. March 21st. So we're 3 months already past compliance date, and it was the most simplest, violation to get into. Either you remove the sign or you get a permit. They've done neither. So I don't really see any basis to stop the fines until I see some activity. you know.
Okay.
And I appreciate
We
your work.
understand.
It's not your fault, but I
No,
just
we
feel like
understand.
they're not
Like
doing it.
then, to know then what would be the next hearing, because if the tenant doesn't take action, we will ourselves.
Okay, so the next hearing will be, let's see, is July 11th. So I will put you in for July 11th for both cases. It's the same, basically the same violation, just different
Okay.
Different photos.
section. Okay, so let's just continue it to July 11th, and if at that point you're in compliance, you can ask for mitigation. We'll stop the
Yes.
fines at that point.
Yes, thank you,
Okay.
Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Next case is on page 4 for 710 83rd Street, SMC 2019, and an intent 74. It's a new case.
Thanks. Please state your name for the record.
Hi, my
Hi.
name is Adriana Bruno. I'm sorry, my landlord couldn't be here, he's out of town, and so I'm his tenant in apartment 4, so he told me to come in for him.
You're a very nice person.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Okay, so do you have I guess I'll let him explain the violation, then you tell me what authority you have or what you can do, Ms. Muno.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Vega.
Thank you. Armando Vega, City of Miami Beach, Code Enforcement Officer. This is a property maintenance violation for overgrowth, paint where it's needed, which is in compliance with that. The standing water, the trash around the property, and the chain link fence, that has been fixed.
Nothing's been fixed?
Only the painting. The rest is still standing.
Okay, so the paint's been fixed, you have overgrowth still?
It can be better than what it is right now.
Okay, so there's overgrowth, and what else is that issue
The
still?
chain link fence at the rear of the property needs to be fixed,
Okay,
and trash around the property.
okay, and that should have been done already.
Yeah.
Ms. Munoz, do you have any response?
Well, as far as the overgrowth, which is the grass and the trash, my mom lives there as well, and she picks up the trash when she can. She's an older lady and she's sick. Me too, I'm sick too. But I made a promise with the landlord that I was gonna cut the grass. Unfortunately, I've been ill, you know, and I've been trying, you know, to do what I can to pick up the trash and cut the grass. As far as the chain link, he wants me and my husband to fix it, but the thing is that what he wants, the money that he wants to give me to fix it is not gonna be enough.
It's his responsibility, not yours. You're just a tenant.
Yes, I understand that, but I try to help him, but it's being a burden on me because of my health issues. I'm gonna be totally honest. But,
Maybe he needs to find someone else that can cut the grass or take out the trash. I mean, I think it's a very, you know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. The trash, as far as the trash is concerned, I would say the leaves, that could be the problem. The grass has to be cut, but like I said, it's been raining and I've been ill, so, you know, I'm a survivor from cancer, so, you know, it's kind of hard for me to go outside and cut the grass and stuff. You know,
He needs to find another way to do it. He cannot rely on you to do it then. I mean, I empathize with you more than you know, but unfortunately, we need to get the grass cut and we need to get everything fixed, and it can't really fall on your shoulders. It needs to fall on, that's why he's the owner, you're the tenant, and he's responsible, not you. So I'm thanking you for being here, but they still need to get compliance. How much time do you want?
It can be done like in 2 weeks, but I will.
All right, so why don't we
30
do
days will
30-day
be-
compliance date, July 22nd, okay? So by July 22nd, tell him he needs to fix everything, or I'm gonna fine him $100 a day, and it's not your responsibility, it's his.
okay.
And he's completely aware of all these violations
Right.
because I spoke with him, and he knows everything that is going on over there.
Okay, all right.
So
July 22nd.
okay, we come back.
So when he's in compliance, he needs to call the inspector to come and, to make sure that he's in compliance, and that way they'll do an affidavit of compliance, otherwise the fines will start running on July 22nd, $100 a day. All right.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Good luck.
On page 5 for 1020 North Shore Drive, SMC 2019, ending in 1086. It's a new case.
Thanks. Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Gregory Arkin.
So you know, I guess they had a problem with service for whatever reason, so that's why they posted your notice of special master.
All right, good morning, Your Honor. Code of Compliance Officer Gaspar Rodriguez, I'm the custodian of records. This is for zoning violation 2018-02238 for 1020 North Shore Drive. This is for violation of section 130-6, criteria for having a vehicle parked on the front lawn on a non-approved parking lot in reference to the golf cart. The violation was issued on September 28th, 2018. They received it certified mail on January 30th, 2019. An inspection was done on the property on April 1st. They were not in compliance. And after a phone call I received from a property owner, I inspected the property on May 20th, and they weren't in compliance.
They were in compliance, okay. That's a real big delay from the date of violation until you actually gave them the notice of violation. Do you know why? It's
I
4
don't
months
know.
delay.
I can imagine because between the issuing officer left the department and then
Okay.
reissuing it to the new area officer.
And I'm assuming that was a tenant who wasn't complying or something to that effect.
Say again?
Is that like a tenant who was doing that?
No, it was me.
Oh, okay.
Someone was selling their business. They gave me a golf cart, and I didn't realize it was in poor condition. I was going to try to fix it.
Okay.
So
Okay, but you're in compliance now?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right, case is dismissed then.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 1 for 1935 Merced Drive, SMC 2018, and an intent 02. It's a progress report.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Sorry?
Please state your name for the record.
Ilan Ziv. ILANZIV.
The property owner? Are you? Okay.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Code Compliance Officer Gaspar Rodriguez. I'm the custodian of records for this case. I inspected the property earlier this week, and the property is being worked on. They're moving forward. Violations still exist, but it's an ongoing construction site. So I saw that they fixed the cracked and broken stucco. They haven't painted yet because they were waiting to fix the stucco, and there's some other minor violations, like a broken outlet, out by the entrance, and then one of the lighting fixtures is not properly installed. But he's been moving forward. He's done a lot of improvements on the property, so he's been keeping up with it. So he's moving forward on the project.
Okay, so when do you want to move for another progress report then?
How much time?
I think I'll be done like in 3 months, but to be in the safe side, if I can get 4 months or so, will be great. I'm trying to do
You want a
faster.
compliance date in 4 months?
Excuse me?
You want a compliance date? Or do
Yeah.
you want a special master hearing?
Everything will be done like in 3 months. All the permits that I have, electric, plumbing, everything.
All right, so let's do October 17th, a compliance date, or
October,
there'll be a fine of $100 a day. But October 17th is compliance date,
okay, October 17th, or also $500 a day.
$100 a day.
Is that
$100 a day.
Thursday?
Okay.
I think it's a holiday that day.
October 17th? Let me look at my calendar.
Well,
I mean Jewish holiday.
depending on what religion.
I don't have any holiday. What holiday are you?
Jewish holiday, I think, is that date. Okay, October 17, if it's a holiday, I'm gonna try to change it.
Okay, so October 17th just means you have to be in compliance, not a
Okay.
hearing.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that just
that's
means
fine.
that October 17th, I'll inspect your property,
Okay,
and
that's
then
fine.
if you're good to go, then we're good. If not, then the fine.
October 17?
Yeah, if you need to, if you're not in compliance, you need to let us know so that we schedule a hearing.
I'll be fine
But
by then.
That's a compliance date. That basically gives you a little less than 120 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Have a great day.
It's not, which one? It's not that I know of, I just looked at my calendar. No, the two main ones are September 30th and October something that I put in my calendar. Yeah. Thank you, though.
Next case is on page 5 for 780 73rd Street, SMC 2019, and in 1096. It's a new case. Who's here for Park Isle? Oh,
What page is it?
5. It's the last one in the page.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please say your name for the record.
Nicolas Otaño.
Nicholas, what's your last name?
I'm Otaño, O-T-A-N-O. I'm a property manager.
Okay, So, you want to explain the violation or where we're at?
Armando Vega, City of Miami Beach, Code Enforcement Officer. Your Honor, this is a property maintenance violation. What needs to be done is, in unit number 5 at 7231, it's different buildings, but all the violations are under 780, 73rd Street. In unit 95, I didn't have access, so I don't know if they completely finished with everything that had to be done in there. And also, all the items in front of unit 79 at 7241, while I was there, they're still there, so they haven't been removed.
Nothing's changed?
Nothing has been changed.
Wow, because I'm looking at these pictures that were pretty extreme at the last special master hearing.
Yes.
Yes.
And nothing's been done when you last provided them to me.
Almost everything is done except those two. Unit number 95 and 79. Everything else has been done.
What's the date of the initial violation? Is
The
that?
violation was issued,
Oh, April 25th. Wow, we're
Yes.
talking about over a year ago.
yes.
What's going on?
I mean, I still have problems with the apartment number 79. I mean, that woman's a hoarder. She just keeps bringing stuff and just, and I cannot do nothing about it.
Gonna
I
have to-
just told her to clean her place up, but she doesn't listen.
Okay,
So
then you
this
know
come
what,
up
you're
to-
gonna have to, you're evict her or do something, but it's not really fair.
And this is about that, so I want to evict her, but I cannot do it myself, so my boss, she doesn't listen too, so.
Well, I'm gonna give a compliance date, so if you don't evict her, your boss, since the owner of the apartment building is going to get fined. This has been going on for over a year. We're talking about 14 months now, and so anyone else that lives there, it's really unfair to them, and it's a health issue. I mean,
Yeah.
God knows what's growing in there.
Yeah.
So I'm giving 30 days to clean up. So whether you start the eviction process or not, that's up to you, but she's got 30 days to clean up. If she's not cleaned up in 30 days, I'm gonna start fining you $150 a day, because this is pretty bad.
Perfect.
Okay, so July 22nd.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dale, papito. Thank you.
Next two cases are on page 3 for 8119 Crespi Boulevard, SMC 2019 and an intent 72, and SMC 2019 and an intent 73. Both are new cases.
Okay, let's start with, please state your name for the record.
Yes, my name is Jose Ray Romero.
Okay,
The address 8119 Crespi Boulevard, Miami Beach.
that's where you live.
Yes.
Okay, let's start with the first one, which is 1072, since there are two different violations.
Is that the property maintenance or the?
That's the property maintenance, yeah.
Property maintenance. Okay, Your Honor, with this one, this case can be dismissed. He's in compliance.
Okay. Perfect, in compliance. All right, so I'll dismiss that one.
Mhm.
Okay, let's do 1073.
Okay, this is a violation for the gentleman having the boat and trailer in front of the property. This is not the first time that he has been cited for this situation. He's been cited before. Unfortunately, after I tried to check the violation, the boat was there. But he told me that he already removed the boat. So all we want to do now is adjudication. That's what we're asking now.
Okay, Mr. Romero, what's going on? Why do you keep putting the boat there when you're not allowed to?
Well, it's a waterfront property and I have the boat on the water, but there are some neighbors that have kids that are in gang and they removed the plug out of the boat and the boat have been sinking and damaged my engine. I haven't really seen them when they put the plug out of the boat in the water. So since I wasn't living there because my wife passed away, I didn't want to have it in the water. I had to rebuild the motor because they put the plug, and that's what been the problem. See, little young kid, they're gangsters and things like that, and It's, they just swim and they just go on the back of the boat and pull the plug, and then the boat sink. And, you know, that's, but I already took care of the boat. The boat is not there in the front of the property. I just put it on the, I didn't put it on the water. I just storage in another friend's house.
Okay, all right, well, I'm gonna do adjudication of guilty. I'm not gonna fine you, but I really
Okay.
need you to, if you come back again, then I'm gonna fine you, okay?
Right, no, it's not there anymore.
I know, but that, not there today, but it doesn't mean it's not gonna
Okay.
be there next week.
No,
So
no,
let's
it won't.
just, let's not have him come out again, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case is on page 5 for 1850 Collins Avenue, SMC 2019, and in 1079. It's a new case. I thought that they had made a request for continuance, but you actually just needed more time. Because I
Sort
wasn't
of.
sure what kind of request you were.
We aren't sure quite either. This is our first time, so please excuse us. We're a little nervous.
This is a BTR. You wanna explain the violation?
Yes, Your Honor. This is Code Compliance Officer Gaspar Rodriguez. This violation is for. It's a failing to comply with their business tax receipt. At the time of the violation, there was a live music. They had live entertainment, and they don't have live entertainment on their license. This violation was issued on April 6th. It was signed by their manager, Christina.
Present here.
Okay. And from the information I have from the finance department, they this violation, and this, by the way, this is the second violation, so this is recurring. The first violation was issued back in February 16th by another officer.
Okay.
So-
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Malvina Kowalczyk. I can spell it if you'd like.
Arvina, what is your position with Deco Beach, the violator here?
I'm a general manager.
Okay, so do you understand the violation now?
I do understand the violation. We were made aware of the gravity of the violation. We were under the false impression initially that was a noise violation. And then after we received the second violation, we actually understood that this is not the category that we have added to our BTR. And the corrective action was to either cease the activity, which we did immediately, or apply for the entertainment license, which we did as well. And I have paperwork if you'd like to see it.
Yeah, we got confirmation from the finance department. They applied for it on June 14th, and then they turned it in. They turned in the application on the 17th, and it's pending approval.
My concern is that you had one violation, then you did it again, you had a second violation. It was 2 months after the fact. So yes, you got a BTR, but you got it 2 months after that. So
Yeah, it's entirely our fault. We just weren't aware of what this was really about. We the only other instances when I dealt with code compliance were noise violations, so I was under the impression that this was actually it. And it wasn't, which I was made
paid the
aware.
$1,000 fine for the first violation?
No, I don't think the fine was actually assessed. It stated that there was a zero fine.
Yeah, well, they have a BTR. They just didn't comply within their BTR.
Right,
So
but
it was-
in 99% of the cases that we hear on BTR, when they do music or something that's not on their BTR, it's a $1,000 fine. So I'm kind of, this is a little bit different than, normally there's a fine that's imposed with the violation of the BTR because your BTR, they weren't complying with it.
1 second. Yeah. When they don't have an active BTR, then the $1,000 applies. Let me just confirm it with this one.
Yeah, I'm just curious now to see what, because I've had similar cases and they all have a $1,000 fine if the BTR is not inclusive of what they're doing.
Grisela Contreras, Code Compliance Officer. The city's seeking cease and desist until they obtain their license and an adjudication.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do adjudication of guilty. I'm gonna enter a cease and desist that you cannot play music until you have your actual license, okay?
We have not been doing that.
I'm just gonna make sure.
Okay.
Since they're not seeking a fine, I'm not gonna give you a fine, but you know, fine is usually $1,000. So I don't know why they haven't in this case, put a fine on there, but in similar cases, there always been a fine. So I guess, this will be your lucky day.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Let's do our no-shows, it's only 10 o'clock.
The no-shows now. On page 1 for 2203 Calais Drive, SMC 2018, and then in 953. Apparently, they have an attorney now, and they made a request for continuance. The one that we were trying to get the notice of him. Now, I guess they have an attorney, and the attorney,
Douglas Stratton.
yeah. Your notices of posting work, but now they.
At least we got somebody.
At least we got somebody that, yeah.
Gotta see what happens to the property now, so.
All right, let's reset it for July 11th. He's not out of town, he's in court, he's in court. Okay, it's okay, I'm just looking at his.
We were having a hard time the last time trying to get this case with surface. Next one, it's also on page 1 for 1120 Euclid Avenue, SMC 2018, and then in 993. It's a progress report, and I have service. There you go.
Morning, Your Honor. Co-compliance, Eugene Jarkin, City of Miami Beach, Co-compliance Department. This is for multiple violations for property maintenance issues, including the tiles need to be replaced in the stairwell and the walls need to be scraped and painted. Currently, the building has multiple open permits and they're doing a complete renovation. No one's residing in the building. They are actively working on it right now, so I'll probably just ask for another progress report in 60 days.
Okay, let's see. August 15th. Okay.
What was the date?
August 15th?
August 15th?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
On page 2 for 8240 Byron Avenue, SMC 2019, and in 1055. It's a new case, but I don't have service unless someone posted. For Ocean 8240 Byron Holdings, LLC.
Hello, Henry Castillo, City of Miami Beach, Code Compliance. I received an email 2 days ago, actually, from the assistant of the registered agent of this property, and I guess on May 31st, 2019, he resigned as the registered agent of this property.
That resigned?
He
Oh, so we don't
resigned.
have proper service then.
Apparently, I guess we did, but he resigned. The Sunbiz hasn't been updated yet. I printed it out yesterday. Still has him listed as the property owner, but I think I want to request that the case be closed. Basically, the property is going to be demolished. They haven't renewed their 40-year certification. It's a process that already, the city already began the process to request the county. They went in front of the Unsafe Structure Board to request it be demolished since they haven't renewed their 40-year certification. That process started back in the beginning of 2018.
Oh, so it's vacant.
Yeah, it's vacant.
Okay.
And
All right,
yeah, it should be, it's going to take some time, but it's going to get demolished.
Okay, I'll go ahead and dismiss the case then.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next one, it's on page 2 for 235 78th Street for SMC 2019, ending in 1056. It's a new case. I received an email on the 10th requesting a continuance, if it could be scheduled for July 11.
Sure. I'll grant the continuance. Okay, July 11th.
Thank you.
Next case, it's on page 4 for 247 23rd Street, SMC 2019, ending in 1075. It's a new case, and I have service.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Henry Castillo, City of Miami Beach Code Compliance. This violation was issued, I issued this violation for violation of section 102367 for failing to comply with the business tax receipt issued by the City of Miami Beach. Reference not having dance hall and entertainment on their business license and having a DJ present. I issued this violation on May 26, 2018, based on a email that I received to inspect the property to see if anything was going on. When I arrived at the location, I did observe a DJ at the location. I spoke with the club owner, Milos Kilanovic. I explained to him the violation, what he needed to do to come into compliance, and he signed for the violation. Since then, there has been, apparently he applied for it, but he hasn't received. It's not on his actual BTR, the dance hall and entertainment. So as of now, he still hasn't gotten it. And since then, a second offense violation for the same thing has been issued. CC 2019-07446 was issued actually on May 25th, 2019.
He's got
That-
an
that
additional
one is-
violations for the same thing?
Yeah, this is a second violation. I checked and that one's appealed, but
Which one was appealed?
the second offense violation was appealed.
This is the first offense,
This
though.
is the first offense, correct?
They didn't appeal this one?
No.
Okay. And you have proof of service of the violation? I'm just saying, if they're appealing the second one, I'm wondering why they didn't appeal the first one.
Yeah, no, the second one, when I delivered it, he signed for it.
Okay, what about this is the first violation, though,
Yeah, the
right?
first one, yeah, he signed for it,
Okay.
the violation
What's
itself.
the violation amount for this one?
No, the city's just seeking a cease and desist until they obtain that, dance hall and entertainment on their license, so no DJ until they actually have it on their license.
Okay, so adjudication of guilty, cease and desist, of entertainment of a DJ? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Of a DJ or of entertainment?
Of just entertainment.
Okay, I'll do entertainment until they get their license. Yeah, I have it already. It's in the file. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next case is also on page 4, 415 Drexel Avenue, SMC 2019, and an intent 77. It's a new case. I do not have service. Unless you guys posted.
We posted.
Posted the notice?
Yeah, notice to appear. Notice to appear. Yep, we posted
Okay, so
last
just-
Wednesday.
Do you have a copy of the posting?
Yep.
I just needed one for the. Thanks.
Perfect, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joshua Gehring, City of Miami Beach Co-Compliance Officer. I have the custodian records for this case.
Okay.
This is a property maintenance violation that was opened and posted to the property on February 19th, 2019. Service wasn't, they didn't obtain service until February.
You posted it.
Oh, the issuing officer posted it. He posted on 2/6/2019, but it wasn't received until February 19th, 2019, via hand delivery.
Oh, okay. How are they, when did you last inspect it?
A progress inspection was occurred on this past Monday, June 17, 2019, and is not compliance.
They're not in compliance?
Non-compliance.
What is still outstanding?
The violations that still exist are Section 58293F, exterior surfaces and structure properly not maintained and shall be rescaped and painted. Painting and peeling throughout the property still exists.
Okay.
Section 58-297E, the wood and metal is deteriorated and shall be repaired in the following locations, including the front of the property, the steps, the poles there, and as well as the gate entrances on the south and north side of the property.
How many units? It's a big condominium, right? Yeah. How long will it take to correct these violations? I think it's a lot of violations.
Well, we are looking for a compliance date. We wanted to give them 30 days because nothing has been done. I checked the system and they are starting to pull permits, but for plumbing and electrical. But other than that, nothing has been done to the site to fix the violations.
All right, so let's give them a compliance date of August 6th. Or it's gonna be fined $200 a day. Yeah.
You said August 6th?
Yeah, that's 45 days. Gives them plenty of time to figure it out.
I have photos that I would like to admit as evidence
Okay.
as well.
Okay. Here, that goes with that.
The last one for the 9 o'clock calendar, it's on page 5, 1511 Biarritz Drive, SMC 2019, ending in 1080. It's a new case, and I have service.
Okay.
Good morning. This is a zone.
You want to state your name for the record?
Armando Vega, City of Miami Beach Co-Compliance Officer. This is a case that was issued by Officer Rios for the driveway without permits. They already obtained the permits, so case will be closed.
Okay, they're in compliance then. Okay,
Yes.
great.
Thank you.
That can, you have one?
No, that concludes the
That
calendar.
includes a 9 o'clock calendar, but I know you said there's an 11 o'clock.
Yeah, the gentleman here is for the 11 o'clock. I don't know if you want to wait until then or if you want to hear them now.
Is the inspector here?
For the 11, it's you, right, Gaspar? Huh? Yeah. You okay if now, or you want to?
Or do you want to wait till 11? Doesn't
Want to
matter to
wait
me.
until 11?
Do we need Jimmy? Okay. That's fine, yeah.
She printed the whole case file. I told her not to.
She's killing a lot of trees.
Hold on, let me just call the case. On page 6, this one, it's scheduled for 11, but we're gonna hear it now. 1745 College Drive, JC14, ending in 584. This is for a mitigation.
Oh, it's a mitigation. You know what, give me a break then. I'm sorry, I had to make a call. I didn't realize
So,
this is pretty lengthy.
We're gonna break it then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I just thought it was, okay.